Ida for telling my wife it's her own fault for not getting invited on a group trip. Me, 32M, and my wife, 31F, have been together for about 6 years. We get along wonderfully and through everything, have never had any major fights, except for one thing. I personally feel like my wife makes no effort to get along with my friends. Now to give context, all my friends and I went to the same university for undergrad, 3 guys and 3 girls that are married. My wife is the only one that did not have this common trait of attending undergrad between the 8 of us, which is really not a big deal, if you ask me. Early on in our relationship, my friends would always try and be friendly to her and talk to her when we would mutually hang out. My wife was cordial, but you could tell that she was uncomfortable. I would speak with her about this, and she would always comment that she was an outsider to all of us. This always personally made me slightly miffed because I felt that my friends always made an effort to include her and make sure that she wasn't singled out. Throughout the years, my wife would attend events with me, but would seem distant and would sometimes skip group events to hang with her college friends if she had something else planned. My friends never said anything but were always nice and treated her kindly. Well, this week I got a group text from my friends about planning a group vacation to somewhere next year. I quickly noticed my wife wasn't on the group text and asked about it. I got a call from one of my friends who basically said that they didn't invite my wife because, 1. Based on all the previous interactions, they didn't think she would want to attend. 2. Even if she did want to attend, her attitude is crappy and they don't want it to ruin the vacation. I thanked my friend for his honesty and told him he'd think about it. And while I love my wife, I figured she more than likely wouldn't want to go on a vacation with them. So I told my wife about the trip and she asked about details. I told her that, while I was invited, she wasn't, and it wasn't because of anything she did, but because they thought she wouldn't want to attend. Well, this statement just seemed to about how she is an outsider. She said that, because of the history us 7 had together, she had no chance of ever being a part of the group. She then went on a rant about how my friends are awful people and that she deserved to be invited even if she didn't want to be there because she is my wife. I sat there and listened to her vent, and then finally I calmly told her that it was pretty much her own fault for not being invited because she had taken such a hostile stance with them from the get-go. She became a self-fulfilling prophecy about being an outsider. That's paraphrasing, but something along those lines. She left the house and went to her mother's. I haven't spoken to her in several days despite texts and phone calls to try and talk to her. I probably should have been more diplomatic about what I said, but I do feel my friends have been treated unfairly. Ida, what do you think about it? Write your comments.